Hello, everyone. Good morning, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. My name is Ebere Menzelma Oni, and I'm a part of the Sisters Alive Foundation for Community Development team. And for this term, I'm going to be going on a journey with you. I'm going to be handling the topic of identity with you through this term, and I'm hoping we are all going to learn a lot from it, and it's going to be a fun ride for every single one of us. I'm also hoping you've been enjoying the club so far. I don't think I've met you all for the first time, but all of us at Sister for Life Foundation, we send our greetings and we hope you're enjoying the club. If there's anything at all you want us to do in the club, something you feel like we should be doing for you to enjoy the club better, or something you think we need to stop doing, please talk to the people in charge there, and they will get back to us. Because all we want is we want you to be able to learn what we have, but we also want you to be able to have fun. We want you to be able to enjoy your stay in the club, and we want to make lasting impact in your lives. All right. Yeah. So from your last meeting, your last club meeting for the term, we started the topic of identity. And I don't know exactly how far you went and every other thing you discussed during the period of your meeting, but I'm going to just pretend like you've not started at all, right? I'm going to pretend like you've not done anything on identity, and we'll start from the very beginning so that we can just make progress from there. All right. Yeah. So today we are talking about identity, and I would really like you to understand what identity is, understand how it is formed, and understand why it's important that you understand identity. Okay? Yeah, so like I said again, you need to understand what identity is today. You need to understand why it's important. That why are we even talking about this topic in the first place? And thirdly, you also need to understand um, how your identity is formed. Okay, so first of all, your identity is who you are. It is being, the fact of being who you are or what you are. The fact of being who you are or what you are. Right. So your identity is how you define yourself. Your identity is who you are. Your identity is what you are. Okay, so um I'm going to need you to take a look at these pictures. And I heard from one of your trainers that you did an exercise like this, but I want you to do it again. So you're going to pause this video now when I share my screen, and you take, say, uh, 1 minute to group these pictures I'm going to be showing you now. Okay, so just take a minute to group these pictures. Um, I'm sharing my screen with you. Yeah, I'm hoping that now you can see my screen. All right, so I'm going to show you this picture, and what I want you to do is to look at these pictures and categorize it. All right, we have 24 photos here, so if someone asks you to group these pictures, I know that some of them are animals, some are human beings, some are children, some represent family, some represent, all manner of things. So I want you to group these pictures. The ones that are animals, put them under animals. The ones that you can call them whatever. You don't have to call them animals. You can call them living things. You can call them anything that comes to your mind All right, so look at this picture and group them, all right, into different categories. And then you come back to the video. Let's continue. All right, so just pause the video here and look at these images. Okay, now, so I'm guessing you're done. I'm guessing you're done looking at the grouping the pictures by now. So once you're done grouping the pictures, I want you to keep that aside, keep it by the side, and we'll get back to it later. All right. So now what I want you to do is I want you to think about yourself and define yourself in one word. If someone asks you, I don't know your names, right? If I know your names, I would have called your name. So let's imagine you have somebody who is called Ngozi, right? If somebody says, Ngozi, who are you? Or if somebody says, who is Ngozi? And your name is Ngozi. Somebody says, Ngozi, who are you? Or Ngozi, what are you? What will you define yourself as? One word, just one word. I want you to pause this video again, take say 1 minute, 2 minutes, and think and define yourself in one word. When you're done, then you come back and continue. So now I'm hoping we are done defining ourselves. So I want you to hold that paper. All right, hold that paper and okay, let's not hold it. Let's give it to our coordinators. So the people in charge of the club, give them your paper, the paper where you wrote what you defined yourself with. And you don't have to write your name, just define yourself in one word and give it to them. So they won't even know who wrote what. So what they'll do is they're going to call out what everybody wrote, how everybody defined themselves, and then you continue. So you just pause this video here and call out what everybody wrote, and then you come back to the video. Okay, so now I believe you've called out what everybody wrote. So I was here and I was guessing what some of you may write. What I wrote here may be different from what you've written, but I just wrote these things. So if someone says define yourself in one word, I'm guessing that most people use one of these words. Somebody can say I'm a girl. Somebody can define themselves as fat or as skinny or as a bunyan or as a human being. You can define yourself as a woman. All right. Somebody else can say I'm tall. Somebody else can say I'm a Christian. Somebody else can say I'm wealthy. And I know somebody might decide to say I'm a boy. Is anybody here that said they're a boy or a man, or an atheist or a Muslim? So, but these are some of the words that um, people can use to define themselves. You can just think and say, I'm a child of God. Or you can just think and say, um, I'm a woman. Or I'm beautiful. Or you can say, I'm skinny. So depending on who you think you are or what you think you are, that's what's going to determine how you define yourself. All right, so let's get back to our conversation. So, and whatever it is you use to define yourself, you don't have to feel bad about it. That is how you see yourself, and it's not your fault, right? It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's what it is. All right, yeah. So, and another thing I want to say is there's no right or wrong answer in what we just did. There's no, who is this person? There's no laughing at the person and There should be nothing like that. Okay, so there's no right or wrong answer. So your identity really is how you see yourself. Okay, it's who you are. It's what you call yourself. So now let's talk about how identity is formed. This identity thing, how is it formed? Why is it that some people say I'm this, other people say I'm that? I mean, it's possible you can even have two siblings from the same house, or even two twins, yeah, right? Twins, and then this person is saying I'm this, the other person is saying I'm that. How is it formed? So our identity, um, we develop ideas about our identity, um, and the identities of others through our interaction with people close to us, like our family, our friends, the school we go to, and mass media like social media, um, television, billboards, newspapers, and our encounters with other individuals. All right, so the environment we grew up in can determine how we see ourselves and what we call ourselves. All right. So I'm going to get to why it's important for us to talk about this topic, but let me talk about how it is formed first so that you understand. Now, when you are born into this world, you you are who you are, right? You were just born, a human being, clean slate. You don't have any opinions about who you are. You don't have any ideas about what you are or what you're going to do or all those things. But the minute you're born, some people are born into homes where the mother and the family and the father are in love with each other. The parents love each other. They may not have a lot of money, right? But they love each other. They adore their children. They take care of their children. They do their best. And their neighbors are loving people, kind people. They are people who see the best in everybody. They encourage each other, you know. And yeah, some people are born in those kind of environments. Others are born in environments where maybe the father is not even in the picture at all. And maybe the father left the mother. Or maybe, I want you to picture the scenario. Or maybe the mother died when giving birth to her. So it's just she and her father, all right? Or maybe the parents are together, but they're always fighting. They are always fighting, abusing each other. Nobody has time for them. They are the ones taking care of them, their siblings, or maybe they're even the ones looking after themselves. Others are born in environments where the neighbors are always, maybe they even have thieves live in their compound. No manner of people live in their compound. They're always fighting, they're always violent. Some people may be born in homes where the parents have a lot of wealth. So they have never lacked anything in their life. Everything they want, they get. You want to travel outside, they have the money. Others are born into homes where it is difficult to even eat. To eat is a problem, you know. So some people are born into Muslim homes all their life. All they've known is Islam. When you are talking about Christianity, they don't understand what you're saying. Others are born into homes where they do idol worshiping. You've seen their father and mother go to native doctors, you know. Now, these scenarios is going to affect how you see yourself. But the truth is, okay, let me not go there. Yes. So it's going to affect how you see yourself. If you're born in a place where it's all loving, everybody knows each other, you're most likely going to see yourself as a queen because that is how you're being treated at home. If you go outside and somebody is disrespectful to you or kind, it's going to be, you're not going to take it. I don't know. You're not going to be able to take it. No matter what anybody says, you have a strong sense that you're not what this person is saying because all your life you're used to knowing that you should be treated this way. But if you're somebody, for example, if that your parents are never around, or even if they're always around, they're always fighting, nobody has time for you, I'm using this as an example. You find out that when you go out and somebody shows you a little love outside, even if the person is abusive, you wouldn't mind. People can call you all manner of things and it will get to you. Maybe because you have heard somebody from your family or your neighborhood say that you are stupid, you don't have sense, you are this. So if you go outside and somebody tells you that, you believe that that is who you are. All right. So, and this is why this topic is very important because how you see yourself is going to affect everything. It's going to affect everything. How you see yourself is going to affect how you act, how you think, the way you look, even how people treat you and how people address you, the kind of things you allow people to do to you. It's going to affect the kind of person you marry. It's going to affect the kind of jobs you take. It's going to affect everything. So um, I remember growing up, right, in my family. I in my primary school, I wouldn't even really say I was because I was always playing too much, right? I wouldn't even say I was a very intelligent child like that. I was doing well in school, though. Don't get me wrong. I was doing well in school. I wasn't doing badly. I wasn't failing my exams or anything, you know. So, but I remember that after when the school closes and we come back home and I take maybe fifth position or seventh, or if I don't take first to third, my father will flog the hell out of me. So, and he used to flog me then because he'll tell me that I am too intelligent to be getting this thing. That the problem is because I did not read my books, or it's because I'm playing too much. So that thing he used to do made me begin to see myself as a brilliant child. All right. It made me begin to see myself as a brilliant child. So it made me, when I'm in class, if other people are playing, I read my books. I don't know how to explain it, but when you have somebody around you that tells you things, let's say, for example, even if you are fair, for instance, you're fair in complexion, and you have somebody that calls you, maybe your family, somebody to call you Blackie, Blackie, I don't know if you get that you are dark. Before you know it, you begin to see yourself that you are not even that fair. You are dark. Meanwhile, your complexion is actually white. You are fair. I don't know if I'm making sense, but most times, what the people around you, the picture they paint to you about yourself is the identity you begin to pick up subconsciously without even thinking about it, without planning to. Okay, so this is why this topic is very important. This is why this topic is very important because sometimes you will see some people around you, maybe even some people in this club. Maybe you see a particular girl, she's always very confident. She's always very confident, like nothing scares her. There's no subject that she will see and say, Jesus, this thing is difficult, or there's no topic that she will see. And even if people are crying, hi God, this thing is so hard. You see her doing it. Sometimes it's not because she already knows it, it's because the confidence she has in herself that no matter what, I will not fail and I will always be successful. And for that reason, she'll always be successful. While there are other people that they just only the topic that they've written on the board, they're already shaking Jesus. This one that the name is like this, God do. Will I pass it? And you find out that people like that have that kind of doubt, they will hardly pass. All right. So you see, this is why this topic is very important. And what I want to say, the specific thing I want each of us to take home with us today is that who you think you are might not necessarily be who you are. It is a product of what the environment has projected to you as who you are. Let me take that again. Who you think you are might not be necessarily who you are. It is a product of what the environment has projected to you as who you are. I know we all watch Nollywood movies, even if you don't watch Nollywood movies, you watch all those Korean movies and stuff. And you sometimes we used to see a story of where maybe somebody gave birth, for example, and uh, somebody now stole their baby when the baby was still in the hospital, all right? And the person stole the baby and took the baby. Maybe let's say, for example, the family has money, they're very wealthy, and they now give birth to this child, all right? And maybe the father or the child has an enemy in the office or something, and the enemy now went and stole the child from the hospital. And just to maybe they stole the child and put another child that is not their child in that place. All right. And just to oppress the family. And then they took their child. Let's say they now take this child to one village, to a very poor home that doesn't have anything. And that was where the child was raised. Maybe the person that even raised the child, the man is maybe he molests children, or he rapes girls, he's a murderer, maybe he's a wanted criminal, that kind of thing. And maybe the mother too, the woman that raised her, is also like that. Imagine that child growing up in that home, and then the child that they now took to them, maybe is those people's child they now took to the other family. And the other family was thinking that is their child. They now raised her in a very peaceful home with a lot of wealth. So what do you think will happen? A few years down the line, you find out that the environment the other girl grew up in, the one that grew up in armed robbery, is going to affect how she behaves. Maybe she'll grow up to become all these street girls that used to fight, you get that used to wale people where. Mhm. Maybe she will now grow up. Maybe at some point she was even raped in that compound. Or maybe at some point she witnessed murder where they killed somebody. So she's traumatized. Blood is not like anything to her again. She can just watch where they're killing people. She can even, as you're talking to her, she have collected your phone from your pocket. You don't even know. And then the other girl will now grow up where she's loved. Now you see, maybe in the future something will now happen and the two families will realize that their children were switched. You see, the other girl who was thinking she's a criminal, the child of a criminal. So she grew up as a criminal. So when they bring her back to her house, it will be hard for her to stay. Maybe she will rob the entire family and run away. But the other one that was actually the child of the criminal will now be a good child. So you see, the people around you can dictate who you actually think you are. Now that child is thinking she's a criminal, but she's not. It is just projections from the environment. All right. And you see, it's going to determine the decisions they make. It's going to determine how far that girl will go. It's going to determine what she thinks she can do. Maybe inherently she's a very brilliant kid, or maybe because she may not even have gotten a chance to even go to school at all. So she won't even, maybe she was, so maybe God made her, for example, to be a doctor. If you're telling her, she'll just be laughing at you. Maybe because she has never even been to a school, because of the kind of place she grew up in. So you see, the environment can dictate a lot of things. The things you see on social media that people say about women can dictate how you begin to see yourself. The people you follow on social media. If you are following people that are saying men has come, men has come, you know, every woman should have big bum bum, big breasts, small head, tiny hands. You find out that if you're not looking like that, you're feeling bad about yourself. You'll be calling yourself ugly or fat. Meanwhile, you're perfect the way you are. If you follow people, if you follow women that, you know, talk about how marriage is nonsense, you're not supposed to, you start having it in your subconscious. If you follow people that are always talking good about their family, how they are happy, how marriage has blessed them, how they got their jobs, how they how they went to school, got educated, have their PhD, how they are changing the world. If you follow women that are doing big things in the world, women that are in engineering, women that are in tech, women that are in medicine, in agriculture, who are making millions of money and helping people. That is what you'll be thinking. That is how you'll be thinking. So it all determines on the kind of environment you put yourself in or the environment you are born in. But like I said, the one thing I want you to take home today is the fact that who you think you are is not necessarily who you are. It is just an image, an idea of a person that the environment has projected into you as who you are. So this is where we're going to be ending our conversation for today. I just want you, as you go back to your classes, as you go back today, keep thinking about this conversation. I want you to question who you think you are. Question who you think you are. Ask yourself, who am I? That thing you wrote down as who you are. Ask yourself, is this who I am really? Is this who I am? And is this who I am? Keep asking yourself, why do I think I am this person? Even if you did not write it down, I'm sure maybe you may have written something different. The way you have been seeing yourself in your head, maybe you have been seeing yourself like you're not even that beautiful, or you're not even that intelligent, you know. Or this kind of thing is not for me. For some people, me, I don't have this one now, or me, I cannot do this one. Then you start asking yourself, why am I seeing myself like this? Why? Is this really who I am? Is this really what I am? Yeah. So when we come next week, we'll continue the conversation from here. And I hope you learned something today. I hope this made sense. And I also want to hear from you people. So I need you to talk to your coordinators. This style of club meetings, do you like this method or do you prefer the method you've been using before? Let us know so that we can know how to set it better. I feel like me talking about it is going to be more. I'm going to be more relatable. I'm going to use examples that you people know. I'm going to use the language you understand instead of watching YouTube videos. I feel like some of you may not really get what they're talking about in the videos. Yeah, so, and secondly, if you have questions from what we discussed today, please write down your questions now and give it to your coordinator. Once we come next week, that will be the first thing I will answer before we start talking. And subsequently, I'm going to be telling you how we progress in the club and let you know where we have any outings, activities, fun events, and things like that. Yeah, so but you need to keep doing well in your studies because the girls we want to raise in the club, we want to raise leaders. This club is a leadership club, it's girls' leadership club. All right, so we want to raise leaders and we want girls who are going to be very serious with their studies, who are going to be very serious about making impact in this world. So if you find out you're not being serious in your studies, or you're not living respectfully, or you're doing anything, living any kind of life that contradicts our morals as an organization, we're going to drop you off. And we're very serious about it. If you don't know the morals of our organization, please tell the club members to give you the pamphlet. We have our pamphlet for the club. They will bring it and they will give it to you so you can read it and know our code of conduct and how to behave. If you get any complaint from your teachers or from your classmates or from other students, they're going to drop you. Yeah, so I'll see you again 2 weeks from now, and we'll continue in this conversation of identity, and then we'll progress from there. Until we meet again. Ciao.